What up, boys? It's Gaz, and welcome to the Warframe video. So we're going to do a couple things in this video today. We're going to be going over basically what I potentially think is a new meta for the Kuva Nukor and Condition Overload in general, and maybe just like a new mod you can run on every secondary that's Condition Overload focused for your melee playstyles. We're also going to go over Nezha Prime, got a Helminth set up for him, got two different builds for him, and I'll briefly go over what the abilities do. It's not going to be super in-depth, though, just to be honest. All right, before we get into it, make sure you check out that Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Gaz_TTV. And if you're not subbed to this YouTube channel already, you might want to do that. All right, so we currently have Nezha Prime right here, and it is cool. I like Nezha Prime. Let's compare Nezha Prime stats to normal Nezha. Never mind that my head is gone. All right, so normal Nezha looking pretty skinny. We've got 60 more armor on Nezha Prime and 0.05 more sprint speed. There you go. Alright, and here's the fashion frame we have equipped right here. We have the Nezha Deluxe Empyrean skin. Here's what it looks like with the Prime skin. You might like that more. I like the Empyrean skin still. Got like a nice jacket kind of coat thing here. And then we have the Nezha Prime helmets. Which, here's the other helmets, what those look like. Right, and then there's a ton of skins I do not have purchased, so we will not be really showing those, but here's what it looks like with this fashion frame. I really like the Yaksha helmet, but I'm not paying $7 for that, so yeah, this is what we got, and I think it looks really cool. We've got mostly black, purple, gray, and red. And the attachments are Umbra, Katir, blah blah blah, you see what it is, and there actually is a Syandana, but it's very hard to see on purpose, just because I don't want to cover up this dragon head. You have the phased Asa Syandana, which requires you to buy it from the Steam Marketplace. Alright, enough of that garbage. So here, we're going to first go over the Nezha build, and I'll go over the Kuva Nukor new meta stuff. So let's quickly just show the no Helminth endurance-focused build. Now, I don't really want to use Decaying Dragon Key, because I find that really cheesy, with Shield Gang and all that. And notice we have Saxum Carapace here. I'm actually not going to even recommend you do the no Helminth setup. Here's the Helminth setup right here. Alright, so we're going to be using Helminth Pillage from Hildren, replacing the second ability. You could replace the fourth ability or the first ability if you prefer, but I think that Pillage is really good because there's a very important thing to keep in mind with Nezha's third ability, which is going to be your main survivability source. Warding Halo is going to absorb damage enemies shoot at you, and then you'll get like some extra damage mitigation. It will give you about 90% damage reduction, and it will. You could definitely take damage while this ability is up. Let's quickly showcase that here. So let's just get these Exo Goose Drag officers, and as you're gonna see here, they're gonna shoot at us. We will still be taking damage from them. So our health goes down a lot, and we can just easily die, as you see right there. Our Iron Skin's up, you're already dead. So if you're not going to be either stunning them with your 4, stunning them with some other ability, or cheesing shield gating, you're going to die. Even with a ridiculously high amount of whatever it's called, a ridiculously high amount of damage reduction and all that. At high enough levels, you're just going to die, guys. That's how it is. But that's why Pillage is here for a huge full shield gen. Gonna reduce enemy armor. I think with this build it reduces like 50% of enemy armor, and of course you're gonna want to use some good weapons too. You can also use your 4, which is going to stun enemies in an area and make them just sitting ducks for your damage. You've also got the first ability, Firewalker, which will let you run around and leave a fire trail on the ground. That will basically CC the enemies because they're on fire. Fire and heat procs will reduce enemy armor as well. So yeah, the way we've got it is we've got the first ability, which is going to be basically burning them to death if they're low level, and then stunning them and reducing their armor and making us run faster if they're not going to die of the fire. Pillage from Hildren, remove 57% of the enemy armor, give us full shields, remove their enemy shields as well, take away status procs from our teammates, and you actually have status immunity with Warding Halo, so don't worry about the status immunity part of Pillage, but it's still pretty good. You could also use Condemn if you want shield getting from that. But I find Pillage a lot easier to use, and the armor reduction is nice for melee. Warding Halo, when this breaks, you actually get a brief period of invincibility. So we have so much. You honestly don't even need to run Rolling Guard. If you're going to fight really high-level enemies, you should. But yeah, invincibility when this breaks, invincibility from Rolling Guard, invincibility from shield getting breaking, So that's 3 periods of invincibility. Shield gating is like 1.3 seconds of invincibility, I think it is. The invincibility when you have this broken is 3, and then rolling guard is 3 seconds as well. So that's about 7 seconds of invincibility. If you don't find a way to survive with 7 seconds of invincibility, you might have done something wrong, to be honest. So, or you're not casting Pillage fast enough. As you can see right here, we have natural talent, mostly for Pillage and Warding Halo to get survivability. And then, like I was saying, we're going to have a new meta of Condition Overload here. We'll get into that in a second. And then we have Controlled Slide. This will disable Nezha's passive, which makes him slide around really fast. Everything else is Strength, just for more Pillage damage reduction, or Pillage armor steal, and just, I mean, you don't really need any other stat on Nezha. I mean, I guess you go for range for more coverage with your Divine Spears, but this seemed like it was working great. All right, so that's that. Let's get into the new Kuva Nukor meta. We can go over that. So you got Saxum Carapace. Now, you could definitely run a lot of different mods in this last slot. It's up to personal preference, in my opinion. You just want like a little bit of duration, a bunch of strength, natural talent, and then Saxum Carapace. So what this one does, this is a set bonus mod that came from Deimos. Lifted enemies explode on death, dealing 20% of their max health as an impact damage in a 4-meter radius. Oh man, they don't really explain what this actually does on the mod card. What it actually means is when you kill an enemy with a melee, they will explode in blast damage and impact damage in a 4-meter radius with 2 mods equipped. It goes up to 30% enemy health in a 6-meter radius, but we're not equipping 3 mods. We're only doing 2 for this because the third one needs to be at your melee. I'm not wasting a melee mod slot for this mod. So basically, it just lets you get more procs from Condition Overload than you would ever could before with these weapons. So we're also going to be running Saxum Spittle on our Kuva Nukor. You do not need a Riven for this. If you don't have a Riven, just take that off there and put Seeker in that last slot for some punch through. So yeah, what we're doing here is we're basically going to be getting 7 procs from our Condition Overload from just the Kuva Nukor itself, basically. We've got Viral, Magnetic, Radiation, and Heat. And keep in mind, like in my previous Kuva Nukor videos, the Kuva Nukor has a hidden status effect that does work with Condition Overload called Microwave. It makes enemies basically expand and all that. It does count for Condition Overload as well, guys. So yeah, everything on here is basically status chance focused or punch through and usability focused. We've got Eject Magazine to reload this thing when we swing it with our melee, fire rate, punch through, etc., etc. And this mod, Saxum Spittle, increased status chance and impact. Who cares about that, really? It's about making the enemies explode on death, doing blast procs in the area. And we also have the Sylvan Aegis Prime. It's a good weapon, so we're just going to use that. Now let's quickly just show how that works. We're going to pause the enemies. Then we'll jump into some Nezha gameplay. That's invincibility. Okay, that will work too. So notice how they have a blast proc on them and an impact proc. That is a lot of procs for CO. And also keep in mind, when you kill an enemy that is lifted, there is no cooldown for this ability up here. Saxum mod bonus. When you kill an enemy that is not lifted, it has a 2-second cooldown. That's what the Saxum mod actually, Saxum set bonus actually does. It just is extremely terrible at explaining it to you. So now we have even more procs. It's about 7 procs from our Kuva Nukor itself, with the Saxum mod taken into account. And then if you mod for your melee for whatever, like we're just using a not really fully Condition Overload weapon right now. We're using the Sylvan Aegis. So it's fine though. If we're doing Corrosive and Heat, and they're done. That's not even a slash proc. If you use like the Guandao Prime, the Venka Prime, anything like that, you will be getting so many procs, you're not going to know what to do with them. So yeah, that is definitely something you should mod for. Saxum Carapace on your frame. You don't even need to have both of them. But the big one is Saxum Spittle on your Kuva Nukor, because you don't really need any damage mods in there. We're also running a Magnetic Kuva Nukor for maximum proc potential. And you actually do want kind of like a lower percentage on your Kuva Nukor to make it so the magnetic damage is lower. So you can proc, because you only need 1 magnetic proc as far as I'm concerned. You want Viral, and then Heat is just juice as well. So let's hop into a mission really quick. This is Steel Path. I work full time, guys. I can't sit in here for 5 hours or 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours anymore, because like that's either going to be an entire stream of one mission, or it's like, you know, I don't even have 5 hours in a day to play the game anymore, unfortunately. Like I got to stream today for a couple hours. Actually, it was like a 7-hour stream. So if I was doing an endurance run, that would have been most of the stream for one mission. I don't really like to do that anymore. So sorry. It's good though. I mean, if you want to use like a slash proc focused weapon, you will definitely be able to go like infinite with this. But look at how much survivability and ease of use we have right here. I've got my 3-up, which is going to be damage reduction. I've got permanent, like, overshields. And we've also got... I actually didn't even use... I forgot I had Rolling Guard equipped this mission. So you can honestly take off Rolling Guard for adaptation if you prefer. And you will be able to go for a really long time. It'll eventually get to a point where the enemies will be so high level that they'll one-shot your ridiculously damage reduction shield. But if you're staying that long, just keep in mind, you are literally playing the game more than I am. And I have a lot of hours. So, yeah, you might want to, not do that. So, yeah, this is working great. I'm going to show a Umbra build really quick, too. A triple Umbra mod setup. Just in the simulacrum. I don't have really any gameplay footage of this. But yeah, Arcane Grace is really good on Nezha. We're currently using Arcane Strike and Arcane Energize, and it's going great. I think Pillage is one of the best ones for him. A lot of people in chat today were saying that Breach Surge is good too. I believe it. Fire Blast, Breach Surge, Pillage. And if you just want to run even faster, you can maybe put on like Molt. Molt with Firewalker would be really fast for running Fissure missions. So you have, honestly, like your options are open. Nezha has a very flexible frame. And I don't like the slidey passive, but if you like the slidey passive, you can even not run controlled slide in the Exilus slot. Also, keep in mind, you do not need Prime Sure-Footed on Nezha. Your third ability prevents knockdowns, so you're good there. Another nice thing with Nezha is his first ability will actually make you hop in the air. For that new Heavy Blade, the Vitrica, it basically just makes you jump in the air so you can easily throw one of those glass shards and then slam down. So that was pretty fun. I did that actually earlier today as well. You might find that useful. And all right, that's the gameplay. Look at it, like we literally are invincible right here. We will not die, and we don't. I don't think we died at all this entire mission, except for when I was tabbed out, like itching my nose and reading chat at the same time. All right, I died there, so I guess Nezha sucks, right? All right, so that's that. Let's just quickly show the Umbra built in the Simulacrum against a bunch of heavy gunners. So here we are with triple Umbra mods. I'm not going to put an Umbra form on him. I mean, I might in the future, but as it stands right now, this is actually working out great without an Umbra Forma. If an Umbra Forma would let me run a mod up here, which would be nice. But, yeah. So what it's going to basically do is we're going to be able to use Arcane Grace to great effect because of all the damage reduction on our health. By the way, guys, I don't even know what that Saxum mod, that might come from the Endless Bounty on Deimos. So keep in mind, it might be annoying to get and not worth farming. But these turrets deal way too much damage. As you can see right here, we have so much damage reduction. Yeah, they're going to break it now. There we go. When your 3 is up, you have so much damage reduction that the Grace will actually keep you alive, even at these highish levels. As our health slowly goes down. Use Repair there. Now, you're never actually just sitting around face tanking this many high-level Goose Strike. This situation doesn't even happen in Mission, to be honest. So, yeah. He is very tanky. Sorry it took me so long to put this setup in the video, but yeah, it is actually pretty good. And if you're not just like, I must Rolling Guard, shield gating, cheese, everything, this is actually really good. Especially when you keep your 3 up. So, hope you guys found this helpful. He is really, really good. Definitely a good Prime Frame. He looks really cool in my opinion. And yeah, that mod Saxum Spittle and Saxum Carapace is actually really, really nice for getting even more Condition Overload maximum potential. So I'll talk to you guys next time. I'll definitely be keeping this mod on my Nezha build. I mean, it's a little bit armored health. Who actually cares about that when you're doing endurance? This is the big ticker right here, Saxum Spittle. So I'll talk to you guys next time. Take it easy, and like the video if you liked it. Peace.